Hey everybody, my name is Chris Lambert, co-host of Watching the Throne, a lyrical analysis of Kanye West, the #1 Kanye West podcast. And this is the Kanye news rundown for Thursday, June 21st, 2018. So first up, we have Teyana Taylor's album listening party for the album Keep That Same Energy. Happens at 11 p.m. Pacific time. It is currently 11:44 Central time, so just under an hour and a half. Our boy Kim tweeted, "This whole flight back from Paris, Kanye has been finishing up Teyana's record. Oh my god, it's so good." On the one hand, awesome that it's so good. On the other hand, that's just so fucking Kanye. Still finishing the album up when he was just a couple hours away from the listening party. That's just how he rolls, you know? Team Kanye Daily sharing that Yeezy Supply is going global. Yeezy Supply products will be expanding to Asia and Europe with dedicated sites for each country. I don't know if this means that prices are going to go down yet, but it definitely means that supply is going to increase, availability to other countries is going to increase, which is great for all the Kanye fans not in America. And then I think it also means that, you know, manufacturing is going to have to be streamlined. Distribution is going to have to be streamlined. So I think big things are in the works. And we know that Yeezy has been hiring a lot of high-level positions. So it looks like there's going to be some cool spots open in that company. So get your resumes ready. Today was kind of a really cool day for Kanye on a personal level, though I feel like every day is probably a very cool day for Kanye on a personal level. But Virgil Abloh, who has been a longtime collaborator in fashion with Kanye, just debuted his first show, just had his first show as artistic director for Louis Vuitton menswear at Paris Fashion Week. And that's really huge, as Virgil is the first man of African descent to hold that position for Louis Vuitton, and is one of few men of African descent to have any major role at a French fashion house. So it's a historic day in that regard, but just on a personal level, Kanye and Virgil started working together in 2003. Like, that's before College Dropouts, and Virgil just clicked with Kanye. He was getting a degree in architecture. Kanye wanted somebody to help him with clothing, and they just really hit it off. And for years, they were working together, educating themselves on fashion. In 2009, in Kanye's exile years, after the Taylor Swift incident, he and Virgil interned at Fendi together. And it was just the two of them over in Europe, Italy, I guess, just working on Fendi designs all the time, being legitimate interns. We covered this in an article a few months back, but they were getting coffee for people. They were doing all the bullshit things that interns do. And it was a year after that that Kanye named Virgil creative director for Donda, and Virgil oversaw all of Donda's creative designs along with Kanye. He had Virgil be artistic director for Watch the Throne in 2011, and the two of them had continued to work closely over these years. And this was kind of a big moment because there's been a little bit of a falling out since March when Virgil was named artistic director of Louis Vuitton. Reports came out that Kanye was upset. Kanye himself said in the Charlemagne the God interview that part of him was, you know, upset, jealous. He's talked about Kanye having to kill his ego. Even Drake in the diss track to Pusha T talked about Kanye being upset about Virgil. That was a sensitive subject that Drake tried to poke. But we know that the two have started to make up. Virgil had posted the picture yesterday on Instagram of Kanye with the quote, "architect of it all." And we know that Kanye has talked about, on Kids See Ghosts specifically, that his ego made him want to be the best in all of his fields, which would cause friction with, you know, friends that were doing well. And you could imagine that he had Virgil in mind when he wrote that. And one of the things that was important to him with the album Yay was killing his ego. And part of that, I think, had to do with this relationship with Virgil, where he has to be so happy with Virgil, but at the same time jealous, because he has these aspirations of being this, like artistic director of menswear for Louis Vuitton. That's huge. Kanye, of course, wants that. So him being there today and the moments that they shared were really cool. This one, I don't know if you'll be able to hear it, but it's I Thought About Killing You playing during the show, and Kanye just like bouncing his head to it. There'll be links to that if you want to check that out. And then this was the big moment. Oh no, where's the video? Here it is. So Virgil comes walking down his big victory walk. Kids See Ghosts is playing, and he and Kanye just get to hug, and both are clearly crying in the video, which is cool. Kanye's just like holding his face. There's a reverse angle that somebody else took where you just see Virgil like crying as well. That Kanye face. Yeah, there we go. It really is a huge moment for them. So, and then we get Kim comforting Kanye. Okay, maybe I'm letting this drag a little too long. Yeah. Nice. Okay. So that was a big event for Kanye today. And now into the rest of the news, not much left. There's a great article by Brian Rowley, How the Carters and Kanye West View Wealth Differently on Their New Albums. And it just dissects what wealth is shown, how wealth is shown on Everything Is Love versus how Kanye has dealt with wealth on Yay and other recent endeavors. Pretty quick read, though, 2 pages. Definitely worth the read, and I don't recommend articles all too often. This was a good one. Hugh McIntyre, Kanye West, and Kid Cudi have made every song in their collaborative album a charting hit. And it's just talking about how in the Hot 100, Kanye and Cudi have all 7 tracks in the Hot 100, though it's only one of them that got into the top 40. Though I don't think it says which one. You'd think I'd check on that, but but another successful album launch. Trent Reznor on Kanye West, The Guy's Lost His Fucking Mind. That's pretty much it. He says, The Guy's Lost His Fucking Mind. That's the think piece. Oh, how many Kanye West think pieces have The Guardian done in the last fucking month? The Guy's Lost His Fucking Mind. That's the think piece. His record sucked, and that's it. He has made great shit. He's not in a great place right now. Such a shame. You would hope that maybe Reznor would have a little bit more appreciation for what Kanye was going for narrative-wise and how that affects the music and what that does. I'd be interested in hearing a more nuanced and critical take from him, because maybe that would change my opinion, hearing it from somebody that I think would have a better appreciation for it. But I also don't know how much he's listened to it. So one day I'll get Trent Reznor in an interview and be like, Trent, why do you dislike Yay? We'll see how that goes. And Jamie Foxx, this is an interesting one. Jamie Foxx talks prepping for this year's BET Awards, Kanye West, and fucked up politics. And from the title, you're maybe thinking like, oh shit, does Jamie Foxx talk shit about Kanye? But nah, he doesn't. All he says is, whatever Kanye want to do, man, I do with him. That's my guy. His music will always be another level. I've never experienced a person like Ye when it comes to music. He's the homie. We did something incredible with Slow Jams. We performed in front of Clive Davis. I've watched all of it. You know, when you're a friend, you're a friend. That doesn't mean you can't still have fun and talk trash or whatever. It is what it is. So, not that dramatic as the, article title makes it seem. And that's it for the Kanye news today. Yeah. If you want to help us out, we're trying to monetize the channel. We need 1,000 subscribers. We're currently at 509. So if you don't mind just clicking subscribe, that would be very helpful. And then aside from that, we just dropped our latest episode of the podcast, narrative and thematic deconstruction of Yikes. You can listen to that on this channel or find it on iTunes, TuneIn, Spotify, Google Music, any of those places. And if you have any Kanye topics you want us to discuss in more detail in a breakout episode, not just a news rundown, go ahead and leave a comment or tweet them at us at Kanye Podcast. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll be back Monday to go over the news of the weekend and I guess do a breakout video on Teyana's album. All right, cheers.